Hey guys, Infidel1258. In this video, we're going to talk about Splinterlands SPS rank battle rewards and how they're going to be forced to be staked. Meaning, when you win your SPS for battling after SPS is part of the rank battle rewards, it will go straight into your staking account. And that would require 4 weeks to unstake. Is this a good idea? Is it a bad idea? What are my thoughts on that? We're gonna discuss it in this clip from a recent YouTube live event. If you're interested in being at these events on Thursday nights, come support my YouTube channel and you will be invited. Hey guys, thanks for your time and attention. Have an amazing day. God bless. Colby says, hey mate, what's your opinion on the new SPS rewards being automatically staked? Matt talked about it in the SPS airdrop live stream. I didn't see the SPS airdrop live stream, Matt, Colby, but if that's so it's automatically going to be staked. That's not that big a deal. I mean, it's kind of, I would describe that as cumbersome, but it's not that big a deal. Interesting though. You know what, I've got some thoughts and I want to quickly say them out loud before I forget them. And then I might swing back and like build out the idea. But one thing, a week's not that big a deal, because right, you like, well, I guess it's 4 weeks. You theoretically have to unstake for 4 weeks to reclaim 100% of whatever is staked. So this is essentially a mandatory. We don't want you earning it and then just liquidating on the heads of the players. Those are the two thoughts that really popped in my mind. One, it's not that long, and two, it's intended to handcuff these players so that they're not just dropping, they're not earning and then dropping on our heads, right? Because some of us players are going to be hoping for SPS to just continue growing. And if there's this constant almost earn it, sell it, earn it, sell it, earn it, sell it, especially from maybe bot farms, which probably will still exist, then you could imagine that would be harmful to us. But I don't know that staking it now, I'm thinking about like a layer deeper on the conversation. It seems to me that even if you mandate it must be staked, I don't know if it alleviates the sell pressure that I was just describing. Because how could I articulate this well? It strikes me that, okay, so Colby, you're playing Splinterlands and you get 100 SPS today. It goes immediately into stake. You cannot sell it. It's yours, you own it, and you can immediately hit unstake. And that will take 4 weeks to fully unstake. You'll get 25 SPS every week for the next 4 weeks until you get it all. So you could do that. And you could do that again tomorrow and again the next day and again the next day. Couldn't you? No, you can't. The way staking works. So at first I was thinking you would just be able to unstake every day and really essentially make no commitment to the game. But the way that the staking works will mean that you essentially are committed to a certain amount of investment. If you're earning SPS every day, a certain amount of stake is not going to be accessible, because if you've got 4,400 staked and you hit unstake, it's going to unstake this amount. And in 4 weeks, I'll get this amount. But tomorrow I'm going to get more. And the next day I'm going to get more. And over 4 weeks, you're going to get lots of more SPS every single day. And so by the time the 4 weeks are up, maybe I've earned 500 more SPS, but I can't, that's not even been started, the unstake process. So in a sense, this is really going to, I think in one, it's probably more like a meaningful amount of stake is going to essentially be forced to be held for about like 8 weeks, because it's like every time you unstake, when you unstake in a week, you're going to get some, and then you would almost want to stake it again, like cancel the unstake and then re-unstake. So you've got 100 SPS in your account. You earned it today from playing the game. It's staked. You hit unstake. In a week, you're going to get 25. But in that same week, you're going to earn more because you're playing the game. Now maybe you're back to 100. And you're going to, after the first week, you're going to receive that 25 because of the first unstaking. And then at the end of that first week, you'd want to hit you might want to hit cancel unstake and re-unstake it. the reason would be that you'd be capturing the new SPS that you have in there. If that was, you might want to do that. It would depend if it was greater than your original total or not. I don't know if that makes sense. I almost might need to like draw something out to like properly articulate this, but the TLDR of it seems to me to be that is a real kind of hiccup or hurdle at earning SPS and liquidating right away. And you still could do it a week later, and that's problematic perhaps in some sense, but it's almost like maybe you'll forget and maybe it'll stay there longer than you thought, and it probably is just going to be a bit of a hurdle for sale. So that's probably a positive thing for price. Probably. Interesting. I hadn't heard that. And if you have any comments on that, Colpy, that you feel I missed, I'd love to hear, or anybody else, because there's that's the first time I've thought about that, and so I might be missing some component of the conversation. But yeah, it feels just like a hurdle that's not exactly going to be a game breaker. It's more like just an interesting, annoying maybe decision. But I mean, I would strongly urge you guys, especially you guys, because you're serious about the game. You've been following me for months. You watch all the content. You get my vision for where Splinterlands is going. So it's like, why would we want to unstake anyways, really? I firmly believe that SPS has got like a 6-year kind of countdown on really significant price appreciation. And in the meantime, I'm not saying in 6 years it's just going to go ape. I'm saying I really believe this token is destined for big numbers. We've got this like burn mechanic that's constantly happening. One, through like look riff watchers, and a certain portion is being burned. Validator nodes, most of it's being burned. If you want to get DEC, you need to burn SPS. There's so much. We're actually moving to a place where this is a deeply deflationary token. Right now, I wouldn't say that because there's still so much being printed, but it's kind of like Chaos Legion packs, guys. Like there's a lot of Chaos Legion packs. There's 15 million Chaos Legion packs, and we've only sold 9.3 million, which is to say that there's roughly 6 million left that it could be sold and opened. And so in some sense, like in a long-term sense, Chaos Legion cards will be deflationary because there's only so many packs, finite amount. The number is always shrinking because they're being consolidated. That is deflationary, which should mean price appreciation. And SPS is now, because of recent developments, the same thing. SPS is the same thing because there's only X amount of SPS. I don't know the total number. The white paper is right there if you want to see it. And it's always shrinking now. No, sorry, not now, but because they're printing more of it. But within 6 years, we will have issued the last SPS, and conceivably there will only be downward pressure at that moment. So I'm thinking 6 years out, 7 years out. Like I'm just like, give me as many as I can. 6 cents is so irrelevant. It doesn't matter to me at all that it's 6 cents. If it was, 50 cents, it wouldn't matter to me either. If it was 0.6 of a penny, it wouldn't matter to me either. I would just be buying more of it. So I mean, I'm just like, I'm very bullish long term, which means I kind of don't care if there's a strange stake mechanic, but that to me just is probably Matt kind of looking back at how Hive works, really, right? Because I don't know if you guys blog, but when you blog on Hive, you receive a certain payout, and the part of the payout comes to you in Hive, which is liquid, and you can move it around and sell it if you want. And some of it comes to you in Hive Power, and that is yours. You own it. You can unstake it if you want, and then liquidate it and sell it. But it takes a long time. So the same idea of like almost putting hurdles in your way to liquidate. That's all it is, I think. I'm glad you mentioned it though. I hadn't heard about that.